This presentation will go over the different aspects of courtship, marriage, family, and divorce customs in Scotland and Ireland. It is allowed for single people to go out into public places to find a romantic partner. Dating in these places is much like an American dating culture. It is common for people to mingle in bars and other social places. In each of these cultures, though, it is uncommon for men to make the first interaction. Views on sex before marriage are left up to the dating couple. Although it is common for premarital sex to take place in each of these cultures, after marriage it is entirely up to the couple whether they wish to be sexually active. Society can play a role in courtship by providing various social atmospheres for couples to form. In older times, the community played a larger role in pairing singles and recognizing couples. The gender norms of Scotland and Ireland are that women are more likely to interact with men first, but in Irish culture, men and women are equally shy when initiating a relationship. In Ireland, the required age for marriage must be 18 years old, and in Scotland, the required age must be 16 and can be without parental consent. In each of these countries, marriage is a legally binding arrangement and requires a license. Scotland has civil or religious ceremonies as options, but both must be solemnized by a registrar. This is also common in Ireland. But in Scotland, all paperwork must be done typically 10 to 12 weeks before the wedding, and a fee must be paid to the registrar, which is common in both cultures. Families and friends of the bride and groom are often involved in the wedding process. The size of the wedding can vary in each culture. Ireland typically ranges from 150 to 200 guests, and Scottish weddings can range from 75 guests and higher. Typically in Ireland, the bride and her family will pay for the groom's ring, the bride's dress, gifts for the wedding, and party. The groom pays for the bride's ring, gifts for the bride and groomsmen, bride's bouquet, the officiant and marriage license fees, and for the honeymoon. In Scotland, the bride's family will pay for the dress, transportation, reception, flowers, and wedding announcements. The groom will pay for the rings, suits, gifts, and the honeymoon. Wedding attire for the guests is normally business formal. In Ireland, the bride wears white with Irish lace incorporated somewhere into the dress. She also will probably have the traditional clodagh ring, which is passed to her from her mother. It is an important tradition, and the direction of the ring will change during important events such as the engagement and the wedding ceremony. The groom wears a suit and may or may not wear a kilt. In Scotland, the bride will wear a white dress and the groom will typically wear a kilt along with his groomsmen. The food at an Irish ceremony may include Irish soda bread, alcohol-soaked fruitcake, and corned beef, for example. There may also be a 3-course meal involving various foods. In Scottish ceremonies, they can expect to have brandy-soaked fruitcake, haggis, and a complete 3-course meal. Other marriage ceremony traditions in each of these cultures are that in Ireland there is a hand-fasting ceremony between the bride and groom where their hands get tied together to symbolize that they will stay together. And there may be bagpipes at play during the ceremony, and there should be a horseshoe on the wall for good luck. In Scottish culture, there is a quaich loving cup that the couple drinks alcohol out of to commemorate their first communion together as a married couple. And there is a Luckenbooth brooch that is given from the bride to the groom. There may also be bachelor or bachelorette parties in these cultures. There is also a sword and pinning of tartan onto the kilt of the groom from the bride's family. There are no arranged marriages in either of these cultures to date. There may have been in older times, but now it is outlawed legally in Scotland. The role of parents in dating and marriage are that they would typically pay a dowry in older times, but in current times, no such thing happens. The spouse's new roles in their relationship should be relatively the same as when each were dating, but if they wish to start a family, the woman is more likely to give up her career or job in order to stay home and be a mother. They will typically live on their own after the wedding. They are more independent from their families. There is little involvement of the parents in the newlyweds' lives. They may be close, but independence in the newlyweds is common. If the newlyweds decide to have children, the families of the couple will join in and help, typically. The community's role in the couple's parenting and marriage are that they will provide education to the children if they decide to have any, and they will most likely invite the couple into the community's social circle and involvement. Divorce is allowed in both Ireland and Scotland. Ireland has conditions that need to be met, including a 4-year separation of the couple, no possible reconciliation, and proper arrangements involving the family and property. In Scotland, the easiest divorces are a properly filled out paperwork and an agreement between the two parties to have a no-fault divorce. The legal system's involvement in achieving the divorce are that in Ireland you must submit 4 documents: an application form, sworn statement of assets, debt, and income, a sworn statement relating to the welfare of their children, and a document stating that the couple has tried alternatives to divorce. In Scotland, there must be proof of marriage breakdown and arrangements for the welfare of their children. The divorce is often taken to court and is easier to fill out if there is a no-fault divorce. Infidelity is a proper reason for divorce in each of these cultures, but this act is often committed in both of these cultures.